And thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Randy Meyer.
And I'm Kelsey Carlson. The man who shot 2 Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses will get life behind bars. Melissa and Mark Hortman were murdered at their home last June. John, Yvette, and Hope Hoffman were targeted at their home. And Vance Boelter aimed to kill even more DFL lawmakers.
Fox 9's Corin Hoggard was in the courtroom for sentencing. He's joining us now live from the Minneapolis Federal Courthouse now. And Corin, the punishment, not a big surprise for most folks, but some of the victims did share some jarring new details. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that's right, Randy and Kelsey. The sentence was not a surprise. It was part of a plea deal. A judge actually sentenced the assassin to 2 consecutive life sentences plus 40 more years in federal prison, so he will never get out of prison. The judge said it was the longest sentence he'd ever handed down after thousands of cases, but he said it was well-deserved, especially after he heard from some of the survivors.
It's over, but it's never over.
Melissa Hortman's family waited almost 14 months for this judgment day to share with the world what was taken.
She was a force, and her husband was a wonderful man, and the world is a poorer place without them both. So we will miss them.
That's just special. They were loved that much. And we love them so much. We miss them.
Friends and family remembered Mark for his smile and creativity, and Melissa for her humanity in a political world that sometimes loses it. And they let the judge and the killer know the black hole left behind. Their son, Corin Hoggard, said, quote, "The blood that was spilled is the last thing I see before I sleep and the first thing I see when I wake," end quote. His sister Sophie said, quote, "My entire life had been shattered in 30 seconds. My parents were dead. The dog had been shot multiple times. My brother was wrecked, and we had to stand up and keep going," end quote. They lived in fear until police caught the gunman, and then they had to put Gilbert down because of his injuries. Senator John Hoffman, his wife Yvette, and their daughter Hope shared their physical and emotional pain, but also their determination to fight back on that day and still to this day. The senator said, quote, "The defendant did not simply decide to take life. He attempted to silence people and send a message that violence is stronger than democracy," end quote. Senator Hoffman and several others focused on how the assassin failed in breaking the DFL spirit and in some of his plan to kill. Representative Kristen Bonner was not at home when the assassin went there. She said he's only increased her desire to serve, but the one thing he permanently took from the Capitol was Melissa's presence.
And our state has suffered tremendous.
And the assassin did give a 1-sentence apology in court, saying he was truly sorry for all the pain he caused. But I watched him. He never looked at the people whose pain he caused, not during his statement and not during theirs. His federal case is now complete. That's not the end of his time in court. There is still a state court case that will essentially just now get started, and he'll be back in court in less than 2 weeks. Live in Minneapolis, Corin Hoggard, Fox 9.
Tough day for a lot of folks.
Thanks, Corin.